Hey, welcome Pisces to the channel. It's Robin here with AriesFireTarot. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I'm just going to start shuffling the Witch's Tarot deck while I introduce this reading. So I actually sat down to do a different kind of reading, and then I was compelled to flip to a different one I have in my book. It's called Why Am I Stressed? So this is going to look at any conscious or subconscious reasons why you could be feeling stressed. And stress affects our life like in so many different ways. So there's a reason that I was guided to do this reading. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it helps you in some way, shape, or form. So thank you so much for joining me, guys, and I'm looking forward to your comments down below. And definitely remember to subscribe if you're somebody that really likes to turn to tarot for continued advice, because I do readings for every single day to look at the energy around you to see how you can, put your best foot forward. So let's look at the first card here, and it's going to look at what I'm missing from my life. So I'm going to keep that card. And okay, so this is kind of an interesting card here. So we have the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands is, for some of you, you could be missing patience is what I'm seeing here. Nine of Wands knows when to stop and take a break. And interestingly enough, in this card, the Soldier is not taking a knee. She looks kind of defiant, and I'm seeing in some of you, and it could be a very well-deserved defiance, but for some of you, I don't think it's really serving you to know when to take a break, to let everything kind of gel and catch up to you. It could be causing some of you to be feeling really overwrought with the emotion, having a need to restore and relax yourselves. It looks like many of you have had a complicated and difficult journey with all these rods and the sun coming up behind you. I'm seeing like many suns and many moons of unrest. And I don't know why I got the word civil unrest. I think some of you could be fighting for causes, and you feel like taking a break would be sort of inappropriate in light of what you're trying to get done. And that's just for a few of you, but some of you are definitely thinking that you don't deserve to take a break, and you really do, because you've been working your butt off, okay, to make things happen. But this sort of defiant energy is not going to serve you. It's actually going to grind you down even further. So let's look at the best way for you to relax right now. So we have the King of Cups here, and the King of Cups, he just really finds creative ways to do things. Some of you could be coming at things like a little bit too hard with the Nine of Wands. And the King of Cups is looking very relaxed, and he's actually sitting by the water in his huge clamshell throne, and he's looking very controlled. And the big thing that's popping out about the King of Cups is finding different ways of doing things. You could be using tried and true methods to further yourself or your cause or whatever. If you're trying to be successful in a business, or you're trying to make a relationship work and you're taking other people's advice, it's not really serving you. So look at in yourself. You have to look in your own heart and figure out what matters to you and follow that path. And that is why the King of Cups is so successful, because he uses his own intuition and the guide of his own emotions to put him where he needs to be on top of this situation. So the best way for you to relax right now is to really stop listening to outside feedback, what other people expect from you, the pressure that you're putting on yourself. And do you need a break mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever it is? Figure it out. And during those downtimes, creative solutions will appear to you that won't come to you when you're feeling sort of like Viking warrior, like this character in the card is here. Because there's not many situations right now where we live that you kind of need that energy. So really being calm, cool, and collected like the King of Cups settle in and try to understand the situation from the core emotional value of it. So let's see what outside circumstances are causing stress right now. So we've got the Ace of Swords. And you know what, Pisces? I've really seen that you guys are trying to achieve somebody else's standard for your life. And here it is again. We've got the Victory card here. So this is representing outside circumstances. So this is other people's opinion of what winning should look like for you. And that's probably where this Nine of Rods really like pushing forward at all costs, like, and it's going to be at your own cost, really. The level of exhaustion that accompanies the Nine of Wands, it's really not a place where you want to be, especially if somebody else keeps on holding the bar higher and higher and higher. You know, it's like if you're dating somebody and they set you a level that you need to achieve. You know, it's like the boss who says, well, if you complete this project, we'll give you that raise or promotion, and then it never comes through. You know, it's just the impossible standard that somebody else is setting here for you, and you keep on pushing forward, even though I think that there's a different way of doing this, because the person or people that are putting these standards in place for you, they're lacking something emotionally, and they're trying to wring it out of you somehow, like you're their puppet, and like dance. So I mean, you have to, what works for you, what is your definition of success and victory, and really start looking at that, Pisces. And let's see what part of your own behavior is making your stress worse. So you have the Three of Pentacles here. And this is just such a cool card right now. I mean, let me share it with you. It's just so beautiful. It's like you're putting your own desires to the side, and it's really bothering you. I mean, you have somebody here who knows what will make his own heart sing. And this is the thing that you're not doing. What part of my behavior is making my stress worse? You're not doing this thing in this card. You're not taking time to follow your own dreams here. The Three of Pentacles. I'm getting a really bad glare on these cards. Sorry, guys. I'm doing my best. So the Three of Pentacles represents alchemy and following your own gifts. And I really just don't see that you guys have been doing that. And this keeps on coming out in your readings. And how many people are doing that right now? How many people are out there trying to please a parent or a partner or a boss, and you're really dissatisfied? So that dissatisfaction has really come through in this reading, is what is making you stressed, because you really want to be sitting down and writing out things. I think you guys are such like a loving and almost like a romantic sort of floaty sign. You want to be doing things that are peaceful and loving and maybe more creative, and definitely more creative, because you've got the King of Cups here, you know? So winning to you is probably going to look completely different to the people around you, especially if they're not water signs. You know, you really want to be doing something that makes your heart feel calm and in love with what you're doing, instead of, and I always get this image, like it kind of like that poor donkey that somebody hangs a carrot in front of his nose and he has to keep on walking and he never gets it. Like I kind of get that impression for you for a few months now, Pisces. So this is your opportunity to really change that and really go and talk to somebody. And maybe what you do need to do is write people a letter, because sometimes going and talking to people can feel really confrontational. And then of course people start beaking off and you never get to finish what you want to say. And if it's somebody that you feel like they're already in control of your life, they're probably going to take over and not let you finish what you were there to say in the first place. So you may best want to just write a letter to yourself about your own expectations, write a letter to somebody else telling them where they can park their attitude, and start taking control of your life, because this is the alchemy card, and it's saying, well, this is where I want to be right now, and just start back from square one and Like, look at where it all kind of went off the rails for you. Like, when did your dream get taken over by somebody else's vision of what you should be doing? I feel like I said that all in one breath, so I hope that makes sense. So let's pull one more card here, guys. Outcome card here for you. So we have the Eight of Swords. This is a really fascinating Eight of Swords. Like, the Eight of Swords, it's typically somebody surrounded by swords and feeling captive, but in the Witch's Tarot, those swords are laid against the castle wall here, and the character is able to walk out. So this is directly following, and I don't even know what I'm doing with my hands right now, directly following, like writing out everything that matters to you from your heart, like pouring out your emotions to yourself and possibly someone else or a group of people. And it looks like it's just going to be the gateway to release you from, you know, where you are right now. Like, are you where you are right now? Are you? Is this the person that you want to be with? Is this the job that you want to be working at? Do you want to be working towards someone else's goals? Like, this is a time of like self-examination for you guys. And I think even just writing it down and empowering yourself with like a love letter to yourself is going to help you open that door of basically an imprisonment, so you can move forward. Excuse me, I thought I had to cough, but I'm okay. And move on out. 1144, angel numbers 1144, guys. The angels are with you right now. They're guiding your path. And, you know, I just don't want to come across as saying like you've been doing this and doing that and it's wrong or whatever, because it's all part of your learning. It's all there for a reason. It might not make sense like for another 20 years and you'll look back and go, oh, okay, that's why. But it's time for you to release yourself, and fly your highest height right now. So guys, I think this was a really interesting reading, and I hope it was helpful to you guys in some degree. So take care, and I'll see you back here another time. Bye.